Hey guys, I'm Nathan from Arms and Armor. Today I want to show you another rapier that we are reinstituting that we hadn't been selling for a few years, and that is our Cavalier Rapier. Stay tuned. So we stopped making this, right at the beginning of COVID, in part because my colleague, was sick and he was teaching me, and this is one of the most complex pieces we make, along with our writhen rapier, which I showed you last week. So this guy, the Cavalier, so this one has no grip on it yet, still in the process of being put together, but I thought I'd show you. The Cavalier isn't actually a rapier, it's a sword. This blade is 1.7 inches wide here at the end of the ricasso, and really it's the shape of a Type 15 longsword with this really tapering blade. It's got a rigid cross section, and this was a military sword really from 30 Years' War period. Now, the thing that makes this so difficult is the octagonal faceting on the bars. It is just killer to finish these because it's an octagonal piece that tapers and swells as it moves. That means that if you're grinding and polishing these flats, if you cross grind them, the plane gets wider and it throws off the entire octagonal shape, right? So they have to be ground in the direction of the plane instead of across the plane, which is a lot of really detailed work with essentially a die grinder with a flexible pad on it for hours. This piece also has a thumb ring, which is pretty slick, right? So when you hold it on the inside, your thumb goes through this ring, and that gives you some additional control of this relatively large sword, right? This is a military blade. This sword weighs a little bit over 3 pounds, right? So it is beefy. It is for riding your horse past dudes who are wearing, kettle helmets and a little bit of armor and slicing and dicing them. But it's also an extremely elegant piece. So the inner guard is a 3-bar inner guard with thumb ring. See here. The outer guard is these 2 octagonal rings with beadwork, and the ends of the quillins are turned with faceted finials on the ends of them. You can see there. The pommel is also faceted. You can see our tang here. On our tangs, we typically thread the end to eat. It makes it easier to compress the whole thing before you peen it. So that's here. You can see the tang here. There's a little bit of blue, heat blue still on this tang from when we soften the distal end of it, which you want to do. You don't want your tang full hard all the way through. It needs to get softer as you get down toward the pommel, and not least so that you can peen it. It's really hard to peen completely hard steel. The ricasso on this is really comfortable to put your finger around, and this is how you would hold this piece typically. Although if you're riding, you can also hold it down here with just your thumb over the ring, which gives you a little more wrist action in your cut. Typically, we make this one blued like this, although we can also do it bright for sure. And then I have a little grip here to show you what the grip's like. It's good to have a handy pocket. So the grip is writhed with Turk's heads, and it is wire wrapped. All right, so this one will get fit to this blade. It just isn't on there yet. So check it out. Cavalier Rapier, available again on our website. It is a really badass military sword, crazy cutter, and putting together a kind of Cavalier costume is just, you know, pretty cool. So thanks for checking it out. Take a look on our website. Oh, the original, I can't remember if I told you. It's about 1620, 1630. This is a copy of one that's in Sulgrave Manor in the UK. We were able to get all the stats on and everything, reproduce it. All right, thanks very much, guys. Take care.